folks, what's going on? So we're just doing some wrenching here in the barn. I haven't really been able to run anything. I'll show you why in a minute. And we may run something tomorrow depending upon the weather. And I'm actually hoping for bad weather in order to do this. So it's basically South Texas. We're under a winter weather advisory. It's like 28 degrees right now, and Sunday night it's supposed to get down to about 16 or 18 degrees, and there's moisture. So Sunday and Monday we're supposed to have anywhere from 2 to 6 inches of snow. Again, here in South Texas, people, it's going to snow again. It hardly ever snows. Now it's going to snow twice in 1 year. They said guaranteed between 2 and 6 inches of snow. And I'm north of most of those newscasts. I'm north of San Antonio out in the hill country. It was already, the roads are already icing up and things like that. So we're not going to be able to do any gas. Y'all probably can't see, but it's very fine mist right now. I mean, you can see these for sure, the icicles. But we're gonna bash something. If we get 2 to 6 inches of snow, we're probably gonna run this guy right here, the G-Wagon, the TRX4. We may do a rip with it, and then we're probably gonna do a rip with the E-Revo. I may even put these big ass Badlands on there. These Badlands are brand new. I've never even run them. But what I'm doing in the meantime is I got my heater going on. I got a heater here and I got a heater here. This infrared heater is not as good as this regular heater. I'm finding out is I'm cleaning up some tires here in-house without using the hose, because we can't use the hose. I'm redoing the diffs. I started on the MBX6, starting to rebuild it. Rebuilt all the shocks last night, and I'm not going to put them together yet because I'm waiting on some new shock boots for these. We're going to replace all the shock boots. It only had 2 on the front. Normally you would, I feel that you would have them on the rear, because that's where most of everything goes, is to the rear. But we're going to put them on all 4 fronts and rears. And just cleaning everything up, man. Look at these Mugen hinge pins. They have this coating in the middle of it. I don't know what that's all about. I've never seen that before, but pretty cool. So we've been cleaning and polishing all these up. I cleaned and polished all my shock shafts. None of them were bent. We're redoing the diffs. I'm working on the rear diff right now. These are pretty cool, man. These are spiral cut pinion and ring gear. Pretty cool stuff. So we're cleaning all that up. These are Lunsford titanium turnbuckles here. So we're going to clean those up as well. I thought about buying some new ones. These have a little bit of rust on them, but I'm just going to clean them up. I'm going to polish them up, get the rust off of them. And we're going to swap out our springs. We're still going to be using the orange in the rear and red in the front. I believe these are red. But these are Techno springs, I believe. These came with my Techno kit. So we're going to use these on here, regular than the regular Mugen springs. I do have a set of Mugen springs in here as well, brand new. But we're going to use our Techno springs. Also in the diff, I didn't have the Mugen shims. There are 2 shims, one on each side in the diff, but same size here for the Techno, 13 by 8 by 1 millimeter diff shims. So we have them there. And then I had these seals left over from the alright, sorry about that. Sometimes I shut the camera off with my finger by accident. But we're replacing all the bearings in the diff, the seals. I'm cleaning them all up over here. What I use is some gum out carbon choke cleaner, and I use a old servo box, fill it up, let them soak. They've been soaking for a couple of hours. I'm going to pull them out and clean them up. All the gears are good. I've gone over everything on this truck and on this buggy, and everything is still good. I think I'm going to replace the tank. It's still airtight, but I'm going to replace it. My local hobby shop actually has this tank up there right now. So don't sell it, Elliot. I'm coming for it. And once we get the rear done, we're going to clean everything up. We'll go to the center and we'll go to the front. We are going to be running 50, 100, 50. 50 in the front, 100 in the center. And I can't really get out because the roads are icy. But I have two of these full bottles of Traxxas 50K diff fluid. So I'm just going to go ahead and use that. But I will use the TLR 100K in the center. So it'll be fine. I've got 2 or 3 brand new bottles of this 50K diff fluid. I got another bottle up here and I got another bottle over there. So shocks, I am running 40 weight all the way around, front and rear. And we're replacing all of our perches as well. So I've been cleaning up all the hardware, getting all that done, cleaning up any plastic parts. I like these Mugen sway bar holders. I don't know what you actually call them, but they're sway bar holders. And they have this little apparatus that locks into place. Thought that was pretty cool. Neither one of my other platforms have that, the Techno or the TLR. Did have all the A, B, C, and D blocks are all aluminum on this, except for the D block, which is plastic. And I don't know why that is, but we're just going to leave it. We're not going to upgrade that right away. Maybe later on. So that's what I'm doing, people. We can't do anything with this badass fifth scale right now. The last video I did was the last time I ran it. We did quarter throttle on the ground. And, you know, we still got to do our half throttle and full throttle, finish the break-in process. I was hoping this Sunday it could already be out at the football field, but it's not going to happen. But I did do a little bit of work on the body. I actually used the duct tape, not duct tape, duct, for the flues and ducts and things like that. And it fits, everything fits. It does rest on the top of the pipe, but I'm hoping between the header wrap, which y'all saw I could hold that header after this thing was running for quite a while. I could actually wrap my hand around that header and it wasn't burning me. I mean, if I held it long enough, it got hot, but it wasn't burning me. And then we just coated all the inside of this with that duct tape. And hopefully that'll help out. And as far as the windshield on it, I did cut it out. Thinking about doing a mesh mod on the front. But I did not cut the entire windshield out. I left this about a quarter of it at the top just for stability. But we'll see how it goes. I may cut some of this area out right here as well. Some of this just for more airflow. And then I've seen how they're doing overseas across the pond. They're doing these mods to where they're keeping the heat from the pipe from getting here and sucked into the engine. But I really don't think I need to worry about it with the header wrap, man. I was holding this header for quite a long time after it had been running for 15 minutes. So I think we'll be good. You know, worst case scenario, we're going to bubble up a little bit right here. But I'm not too worried about it, people. I think it'll be okay. And I actually don't think it will bubble up because of the fact that of the header wrap and the duct with a T. D-U-C-T-T. D-U-C-T. Duct tape. Not duct tape like whack whack. Duct tape. This stuff. Here. Aquí, homeboys. Right here. So, anyway. It actually is duct tape. But there were 2 separate ones up at Ace Hardware. I didn't want to go too far from the house again. So up at Ace, it's a little more expensive. But this was cheaper than the small 3M roll, so we'll see how it does. It says it's professional strength, but you know how that goes. We find out. But anyway, guys, a few more little things I want to do with this. I definitely want to get the pins, the removable pins that they use for the tank for this, because it is hard. I can get to all 3 of these screws, but I can't get to this back one, so I just don't even put it in. So we'll see. I saw something that RC Max did as well. He just ran a zip tie under here and around it, but I don't want to do that. We're going to we'll just use 3 screws if I have to, or we'll get those pins that they use for the chingadero right here, the tank. And then my mod for the pipe. So this pipe is badass, man. I don't know about no ollie mat pipe or anything like that. I love this Bartolone pipe, and I'm going to continue to use it. Maybe later on we'll work on something else, but that's the whole point of the header wrap, is to keep the heat down. I'm not worried about that. That thing is not getting that hot in all actuality. So we'll see. One thing I might want to do is get that aluminum brace that goes here. We'll see. That's probably going to be one of the only other upgrades that I do to this thing, and then this aluminum brace that goes for the servo here. But both of those, I mean, that's about, after taxes, shipping, and everything, it's about $300 just for those 2 aluminum pieces. I think one's $145 and the other one somewhere in that same vicinity, and you add on shipping and tax and all that stuff. So anyway, guys, other than that, that's what we're doing. This isn't going to be a very long video. Alright, cut off again. This is not going to be a very long video. I'm going to get back to doing some wrenching. I've been doing a lot of stuff here at the house, preparing for this weather, wrapping my pipes, taking care of Granddad over there, getting all his pipes done, salted down the steps, all that kind of stuff. They ran a pipe like I did for their washing machine, so it didn't go in the septic tank. But theirs is partially above ground. Mine's completely underground with a 3-inch PVC pipe. They're using some Mickey Mouse flex pipe or something. It actually froze and it flooded in the laundry room, so we had to deal with that for a little bit. But other than that, man, I'll get back on here. We'll see how much it snows, and we'll rip one of these. I really want to rip the E-Revo, man. I want to put that thing in the snow. We've already done the TRX4. Pretty cool. But I want to get on the Woogie Nitro ramps in the snow, man. That'd be badass. So, other than that, guys, that's really about it. I need to figure out what power plant I'm going to put in this MBX6 once we get it rebuilt. This is going to take a little bit, probably a week or so, to go through everything. Who knows? Maybe we'll break in the modded Novarosi Paloma, but I doubt it. We may, I don't know. We'll see. I've still yet to send the Pico P7R off to RCR for modding. It's still sitting over there in the box, as well as my other 2 P5s that I want to get modded as well. Just haven't gotten around to it, man. It's actually been kind of slow here in the moving business. So once things pick up a little bit more and we start making bank again, then we'll get back into it, buying more engines and modding. And definitely 100% we're going to be building a custom 5T. That will be happening. So, and I'm still on track for an 8XE speedrun truggy. That will happen as well this summer. So a 5T and another 8XE if they ever come back out with them. Can't get it right now. So, all right, guys, that's going to be it. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, and we'll see y'all in the next video. Hopefully a snow video. Peace. All right, people, what's going on? Just a quick update on the MBX6. We've been working on it, man. I've already rebuilt the rear diff, replaced the rear A-arms. I want to get some new mud guards, but these are okay for now. Cleaned everything up. Replaced the bearings in the rear diff. Cleaned, redid all the planetary gears. filled it with 50K fluid in the rear. Cleaned up all the Lunsford titanium turnbuckles here. Got all that cleaned up. Got the center diff out. Got the front clip off, which is right here. We're going to work on it next. I love all this carbon fiber on here, guys. Right there, radio tray. I do need to pick up some new servos for it. Not sure what brand servos I'm going to go with. Might be a good time to give the Sendits a shot. Never know. Probably stick with Old Faithful, Savox, the great servos. But I don't know. I've been wanting to try those just to see what all the hype's about. I trust Rajay. Nobody else, but I do trust Rajay. So we'll see. You know, Rajay and I have known each other for quite a while, and you know, we're still cool. That's all good, man. And I trust him. If he says they're good, then I'm gonna try them out. But I don't know. We'll see. They are cheaper, but are they as good? We don't know. So just finished the center diff. I should have filmed it, man. I should have showed you guys what I was doing. But brand new bearings in there. I did use the Techno shims in the rear diff. Fit perfect, same size. Still got a little diff fluid on the case there. So the way I do these, guys, is once I break it apart and I clean everything, you can probably see a little bit of Fast Eddie grease right there pushing out. When I go to reassemble these, I put a little Fast Eddie grease around the lip of the actual diff cup, and then before I put my hang on, guys, let me check. Sorry about that, guys. The stupid GoPro keeps cutting off on me. But before I put my seal on, before I put my gasket on, I actually put Fast Eddie grease around the gasket. So I've got it around the lip, right? That covers one side. And then I put Fast Eddie grease around the other of the gasket before I actually put it on the spur gear or ring gear or whatever gear I'm using. That way you've got grease on both sides of it. Keeps any type of moisture out, keeps dirt out, keep that diff fluid clean. So always put grease on the lip of the diff cup, and then also around the gasket itself on the side that attaches to the gear. So that's just how I do it. I've always had good luck with that. And I do it on all my diffs. Actually, was watching one or John's Bodagel's last video where he was going over that LT450 and he was putting grease in here. Did the same thing, but I used the Fast Eddie grease, got it in here real good, and then it also a little bit on the outside makes the boot go on a little bit easier. So I cleaned up all my screws, knocked all the rust off of them. Once I get this thing completely rebuilt, we'll hit the whole thing with silicone spray as well. But this was all caked with dirt, man. Whoever this racer was, well, I know who he is, but you know, I don't know if he just ran it into the ground and then threw it in a box or what. But a lot of the parts are still good on it. I'm replacing certain things as I go, but a lot of them are still good, and we're just cleaning them up. Like it was caked around here, the bearings. Here's the bearings here. Definitely am going to replace these bearings right here. These are for the steering posts, so we'll replace those. I've got crap loads of bearings here. Also got some teriyaki beef sticks. So we got all kinds of bearings in here. That's my bearing box. A lot of Fast Eddie bearings in there. But we are definitely almost to the front clip. we're almost to the point to where I can get everything back together. I like, instead of taking the whole thing apart, I like to do one section at a time. So I did the rear first, then the center, got it squared away. Got a couple of parts soaking here in some simple green. If you want to get them clean, guys, use simple green. I also use this. This is an actual toilet brush, but it was brand new, guys. Don't worry. I like to use a toilet brush because it has that end, that little scrubby end on it for the, it's a little more coarse, and then this one gets all in those areas real good. I don't like using a wire brush or anything like that. But we've replaced all the bearings everywhere so far, all the bearings. We just need to work on these right here. And this is really a nice setup on this, man. Look at this. Look at the Ackerman bar. It's thick, man. It looks brand new. I don't know if that's a Ferroni or what, but it looks nice. Got the titanium turnbuckles there. Those are in good shape. The steering servo saver is good. We just need to get all this broke apart and get it all cleaned up. You can see where the dirt and stuff is all caked on there. We'll pull these center drive shafts in these cups, and now I figured out why he had these in the box. A lot of these Losi parts actually fit on here. These are the front and rear diff pinion couplers for the 8B and the 8T, exact same as this MBX6. So we got spare ones here, but these are still good. Looks like you replaced them not that long ago, so we'll go ahead and just continue to use those. Yeah, so we're looking good on this thing, man. And just as soon as I have an opportunity, guys, we will we'll do some sort of bashing, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. The weather's really ugly. Hasn't started snowing yet. It's actually not wet, but we still got icicles around. It's misting. Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, it's a little wet because we got ice right here building up. Gotta put some salt on here. I salted Granddad and their stairs in case we need to get over there for any reason, but definitely don't want to bust my ass here. But yeah, I feel it. It's starting to rain. Everything's getting wet. Tomorrow morning, all this is gonna be iced over. See if I can do this without busting my ass. We'll get out there with something though. I want to hit that E-Revo in the snow. So anyway, guys, just a little update, let y'all know what's going on, and we'll see y'all in the next video, man. Y'all want to see what's in my fridge here in the Nitro barn? Look, oh, I love those, man. Goldfish, got the good old Red Bull. I don't drink, but my son drinks when he comes over every now and then. What's that? Banana chips. Yeah, I sit out here. I'm kind of a health nut when it comes to snacks, guys. I'll only eat things. I don't eat candy and chocolate and Jolly Ranchers and all that stuff that makes you a fat pig. I try to watch what I eat to the best of my ability, man. When I was on the truck as a driver and a mover, I was about 25 pounds heavier, but it was all muscle. And when I got off the truck, I lost that. So you have to be careful what you eat when you're just driving around, not doing much. I'm a pretty active guy anyway, but yeah, where we keep some of our meat and stuff out here, we do have meat, man. I'm by far not a vegetarian. Plenty of beef and pork, everything in there, man. Look at this. Oh snap, fillets. We got steaks, we got sirloins, T-bones, we got ribs, sausage, you name it, we got it. And popsicles. Look, this is how much I drink. This is shit that's been in here for like 4 years. When people come over, I don't drink at all. I haven't drank in almost 8 years, people. I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't do nothing but vape and spend a lot of money on my hobby. Alright, guys, you know, that's good, man. Try to live your best life, people. Try to stay healthy so you have longevity, so you can be there for your kids and your grandkids. You know, just be the best person that you can be. And remember, guys, treat people the way you want to be treated. Don't try to ride on nobody's coattails. Don't try to be something you're not. All right, guys. Woogie Nitro out. We'll try and do a bash sometime this weekend, even if it's icy or snow, with something. But it's not going to be Nitro. I can tell you that. Maybe we'll get the Baja out here. Oh, let me show y'all something real quick also. Y'all know that I use the Baja brake linkage to make my linkage here for the Losi 5B, because the one from Dave's, it was not long enough. So I made my own, and I am going to order a couple more. I just really want these ends, man. So what I did is I went to Ace Hardware, and I picked up a steel rod right here. This steel rod right here. It's a little bit too big for the servo horn, but I just drilled it out a little bit, and it makes for a great, I don't know about for the 5B and all that. I'm going to leave it as is. I like the setup that's on it, but here on the 5B, we used it for the brake linkage here, and it's thick as hell. You can see it right there. See it right there? Look how thick that is. And I actually used an old pinion gear because it's not threaded. I used an old pinion gear, you know, because it has the set screw in the spring, and we got it all set up. Sometimes you got to fabricate and make things work, but I guarantee you these brakes are going to work great, man, because that steel rod is thick as hell. Yeah, it's good, man. I tested it, tested the endpoints. Everything works perfect. This girl's ready to rip too, man. 36cc Roven for the money, for a newbie getting into fifth scale. Don't hesitate to buy this, man. You're going to have to do some upgrades. One definite upgrade you're going to have to do is this little aluminum piece right here. See that right there? Right there. You're going to have to do that because it's plastic and it breaks on all of them, man. So that, and then the first thing you do is pull your diff out, your transmission, and go over all that. I would even clean it and maybe, you know, put some different grease or diff fluid or however you want to do it. But definitely go over that first and foremost and make sure all your screws are Loctited. Other than that, guys, I put the what are these? What were these? Oh, FLM, Fast Lane dog bones, man. Badass. And I put titanium pins. Wheel extenders. Other than that, I need to work on the shocks a little bit. I know there's a O-ring that you could put in there to stop that, but they bounce up and down a lot too. So, but you know, you are paying a lot less, so it's definitely not the quality of this. But come on, people, all said and done, this was $2,500 plus all this. This, I think I've got $1,200, maybe $1,300 tops in it. And you saw in my last rip video, this thing is on point, man. No issues. Rips ass. Great pipe. Victory RC side pipe. I love it, man. Alright, guys. That's it. I'm going to get out of here. Keep wrenching. Get this MBX6 the way it should be so we can send it off to Woogie Nitro ramps. People have been telling me about the pillow balls and all that. And we'll see how they do, man. You know I'm going to send it. So that's what a lot of it looked like, man. Just caked in dirt. You know. But I really didn't pay anything for any of this, man. I mean, I paid very little. I'll tell y'all what I paid. Paid $100 for the MBX6, all those bodies, all those tires. It was like 8 or 9 sets of tires, a brand new set of AKA Truggy tires. What else was it, man? Oh, all these parts, all these Losi parts came with it. $100, man. It's good to go. I haven't spent a dime on this thing. I spent $11 yesterday for the boots for this thing, and then I got to buy 2 servos, and that's it, man. This thing's on point. Everything else I had, you know, either from my MBX5 or you know, just piecemealing, making it work. The bearings and all that we had already. So all right, people, again, treat people the way you want to be treated, and we'll see y'all in the next video, man. Peace.